What did we just watch? That was crazy. Oh my goodness. I'm shook. I'm shook. The Orlando Magic go into Crypto.com Arena and win 119 to 118 on a Franz nasty triple with 2.5 to go. That was crazy. That was crazy. Lakers undefeated at home no longer. 6-game win streak no longer. Magic go into Los Angeles and knock off LeBron and Anthony Davis on the second night of a back-to-back, by the way, might I add. Without Paolo Banchero, without Wendell Carter Jr., without Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And they find a way to win in a dramatic game, a game that was down to the wire for most of the game. I mean, the biggest lead tonight, I think, was 12, and it was only for a short minute. Like, this was a very entertaining game. And what's crazy is the Magic actually, they won it. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, this is not the type of game the Magic have won over the last few years. And we're going to talk all about why that is tonight. Or this morning, I guess it is. It's freaking 1:07 in the morning. Guys, I am beside myself. I cannot believe what we just witnessed. I can't believe that Franz triple went in. I can't believe we're here right now. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, welcome to the show. My name's Kevin. This is the Six Man Show Postgame Live. It's our live postgame show after every Orlando Magic game. And on like tonight, it's just going to be absolutely ludicrous. Oh gosh, Jonathan, I'm unprepared for this. Jonathan is trying to call. I'm not prepared for this. I'm gonna have to do something here. Jonathan wants to join the show. Here's the deal. Let me tell you about Rock'em. Okay, because Rock'em is the presenting sponsor of the show. Rock'em is the world's largest sock store, okay? And they're located in Orlando, just down the street from Kia Center, okay? They're an awesome company, and you should definitely shop there. And just when you do that, use code MAGIC20, so it'll get you 20% off your order at Rock'em.com. Jonathan over here making me flex in real time because I think he's just too excited. He can't contain himself. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him for that. So I'm gonna work a little bit of magic here on the fly, and we're gonna get Jonathan Osborne into this show as we speak right now. So Jonathan, if you're watching this, you can call back in, and I will accept you this time because it's just there's too much fun stuff happening here tonight, and I think Jonathan definitely wants to get in with it. Okay, let me come back here. There we go. Okay. Six Man Show Postgame Live is brought to you by Rock'em. Again, use this code MAGIC20. It'll get you 20% off your order at Rock'em.com all season long. Socks, underwear, including these Play the Song socks, which are awesome, which I did see one super chat from our friend Luis Rosario who said, play the song, which means, we got to do it. Let's play the song. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you for that super chat, Luis Rosario. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe this game. I cannot wait to talk about this game because that was ludicrous. Absolutely crazy. Michael Martin says, the man, the myth, the legend, Franz Boogie. Legendary performance for Franz. Legendary. Obviously, he was good all night, but then he seals it with that, okay? I'm going to get back to the rest of the super chats later, but we do have a special guest. There he is. Jonathan, what's up, buddy?
Dude. I don't mean to do this. I usually just let you do your thing here, but holy crap, man. What a freaking fantastic game. Like, regardless of the result, we were going to come away and say, what a great game this was. But, like, he missed the one couple possessions before, and I just couldn't believe he went for the win, and he cashed it.
Couldn't believe it.
Beat the freaking Lakers on the road, gave them their first home win or home loss of the season. Like, what? Imagine going to bed at halftime of this game.
Yeah, if any Magic fans out there did that, you guys missed quite literally the finish of the season. The game of the season, maybe, certainly the most entertaining game, because this was not Magic basketball that we typically see. Magic dropped 119 in Los Angeles. By the way, there's 250 people here. Clearly setting the record.
1:11 a.m.
The record for our West Coast games. We've never had a turnout like this on a West Coast game because it's freaking 1:11 in the morning. But wow, like Where is this like? What does this do? You know the whole question, like the long-standing running joke of like, what does this do for LeBron's legacy? Right? What does this do for Franz's legacy? Is the question tonight, because that was epic.
I mean, he just punched his ticket to the All-Star game. Maybe. I mean, he's just got to keep this up for a few more weeks, and I just don't see how he's not in the conversation. Like, dude, I feel bad. Carmen's been barfing all day. All day she's in bed, been sleeping all day long, and I just woke her up when Franz hit that three. I usually I'm pretty good about that kind of stuff, but like,
no,
man, to beat the Lakers on the road, like when you fought back just I don't know half a dozen times in that second half, and just what a freaking win, man! Like, oh man! All right, I'm gonna let you go do your thing. Okay. I just wanted to jump on here and hang out for a second. Let's go, y'all! Smash that like button.
Come on, let's go. Thanks, brother. See you, man.
See ya.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's the thing. Jonathan said he woke up his house. Potentially, I definitely woke up my whole neighborhood. So I do this show from my garage, which, garage doors aren't the most insulated thing in the world. And I just yelped so loud, I'm pretty sure, the entire neighborhood woke up, which is amazing. Okay, we're talking super chats. Let's go through some of the rest of these here. We saw Michael Martin. We got Shahin with his generous super chat. Says Franz Wagner, him. Play that effing song. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much for that super chat. Guys, like, undoubtedly, to me, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, to me, this is the best one of the year. Like, the Heat game was great to start the season off, and that was such a complete second half, like, that it just ended up being a dominant final score, right? We blew the doors off of Miami night one, right? You had a couple other, like, obviously the 50-point game from Paolo was nice, but I wouldn't consider that, like, a necessarily great win, right? This was a great win. A great win, and absolutely no way it happens without Franz. A super chat here from David S. says, Franz, holy crap, Franz. If you've seen that meme, you know. Nick Monk says, welcome to the Lake Show. Yeah. You love to see it. You love to see it. Shahin says, 100 likes, 5 minutes. Let's get it. Let's go. Thank you for that super chat. Andrew Crowd says, we are here. You got to recognize the magic, NBA. You got to do it. You got to do it. Michael Martin says, we've been forcing Brian Windhorst to talk about us. Yeah, that's when you know. That is when you know. Thank you for that, Michael. We got another generous super chat. This one's from Daniel. Says, I needed this win. Magic beating Lakers always brings me a special level of joy. I also woke up my wife. Yeah. Let's go. Franz is the man. Love the show, boys. Daniel, thank you so much for the kind words, and thank you for the super chat. And yes, Franz is the man. We got a couple more super chats here. Chris says, that was absolutely ice cold. I mean, crazy. Like that, it doesn't get much better than that. It doesn't get much better than that. That was wild. And then Charles says 5 words: abracadabra, razzmatazz, slam dunk sesame. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you all for those super chats. 282 of you here. What are you guys doing, you wackos? It's 1:14 in the morning. Okay, really quick. I do want to go to the chat in a second. But I just have to give like quick thoughts about this game. Like the way the game ended is one thing. Like that's crazy. You get a little bit of luck with the free throws. Lakers missed, I think, 2 free throws in the last several seconds there, the last minute basically. So you get a little bit of luck that way. The Franz shot is great, all that kind of stuff. But I want to talk for a second about the first 47 minutes. Because to me, like that was honestly more impressive than the Franz shot at the end, which again, icing on the cake, amazing moment, a moment that will live in Franz's legacy forever, a moment that will be cemented as part of this season forever, which is great. The first 47 minutes for me were the most impressive part of today because time and time again, the Lakers would go on a run. Not anything huge, not anything crazy, but they build the lead to 6, to 8, to 10, even to 12 there in the second half. And every time that happened, I had this feeling in my stomach of, oh, here we go again. This is what happens when the Orlando Magic, historically, when they go out west and they play a team that's either good or great, and that team goes on a run, and they build the lead to 6, to 8, to 10, to 12, and you go, okay, we had fun. This was a good time, but this is where they go on their run to blow the game up, right? That 10-point lead turns to 15, to 18, to 20, and beyond, right? The Orlando Magic tonight refused to let that happen. And to me, that is the most impressive part of this night. It's not the final minute, which was a thrill. It's the first 47 where time and time and time again, this team bounced back and just kept it close. They just kept the game. They kept it within striking distance so that the final minute could be what it was, right? I'm just beyond impressed. And again, to add to it, being the second night of a back-to-back, Lakers hadn't played since Tuesday. Just immensely proud of this performance. I was proud before the shot went in, right? Like the way this team fought, you lose to a streaking hot Lakers team by one possession on the second night of back-to-back. Not really a moral victory thing anymore. Like, this team's too good for moral victories, but I would have felt proud of this. I felt proud of this performance. So to actually cap it off with a W is so fun, obviously, for us, but it's got to be so freaking rewarding for this team, man. Wow, so proud of them. What an amazing night. Let's go to the chat. Matthew Thomas says another poor shooting night, and that's the thing. Magic dropped 119 in this game. They dropped 119. They win on the road in Los Angeles, with the last second shot. And all of that, they still didn't shoot the ball that well. I would argue offensively, they actually played pretty well. They got a lot of good looks on the night and everything. But, honestly, looking at this, the numbers actually got better in that fourth quarter than down the stretch in the fourth quarter than I remember. Like, the Magic ended up shooting 37% from three. That Franz three kind of put them over that league average mark of 35. So maybe I'll take back what I said. They shoot 47% from the field, 37.5% from three. This Magic team will take that. They'll take that, right? And so for the most part, the shooting was pretty bad, but there were stretches there where, they obviously pulled it back, which is amazing. Clement says Franz and Pala will get the first ever co-MVP. That's hilarious. Love that. Jay Esco says Lakers getting that ref home cooking. What it's what we expect, right? Come on. At this point, I didn't think it was that egregious. There were a couple times on the broadcast, maybe Dante and Jeff mentioned it, and I was just like, I don't know about that. But they're obviously, they're always going to get some calls. Okay, we had some super chats come in while I was over there running my mouth. I think the next one is Gabe Gaines here. He says, we overcame our injuries, back-to-back fatigue, and the refs' relationship with the Lakers to win this game. 100% facts. No lies detected. Let's go. D. Randall says, still won't make Sports Center. ESPN really sucks. It's always so fun to watch this, right? Like, how will ESPN or the NBA or TNT or whoever, how do they cover a moment like this when it comes to the Lakers and LeBron, right? Do they just mention it? Do they ignore it? You just never know, right? And so you're right. It'll be very interesting to see how SportsCenter handles this moment. More than likely, it's going to be a quick little 20-second hit there on SportsCenter. And in other news, Lakers lost tonight to the Orlando Magic. All right, let's go to golf. That's the kind of stuff that happens when these things happen. But whatever, we're used to it. Nikki Nunu says Wagner Bros legacy game. Look, Mo Wagner loves playing his former teams, right? That's a statistical fact. And we saw it tonight from him. Obviously, we've talked a lot about Franz. We're going to talk about Franz all night long. But don't sleep on Mo Wagner because he was also very good and very important to this game. Okay, let's go back to the chat here for a second. He Knows Hoop says, Franz is all NBA. Can't believe I was dumb enough to think it was a bad shot while the ball was in the air. Hey, you are not alone, okay? Because the shot before it was definitely worse. Totally off balance, tried to rush it, and obviously didn't go in. And so I'm thinking, oh, here we go. And so the next possession, when he hoists that, I'm like, Franz, not again. Not again. And then it goes in, and you just lose your mind. But wow, yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome. Luis Rosari says, Franz could be back-to-back Eastern Conference Player of the Week. We'll see how Saturday goes, but you're absolutely right. That's a great point. Now I think about it, last night against the Clippers, stat line wasn't that great, so maybe it's a little bit of a stretch, but we'll see how Saturday goes for him. We'll see how Saturday goes. I'm Jovi says, LeBron getting bailed out. Yeah. Several times that happened. The J.I. moment at the end there, I don't know. It's technically the right call, but if the roles were reversed, would they call that on LeBron? That's the part where I start rolling my eyes. Yeah. Lots of people saying play the song. Love that. Oh, okay, interesting. So I'm at the point of the chat. Some of you were in the chat before the game was over, and now I'm getting to read your reactions to to the stop there with 2.5 seconds left. That's amazing. Let's go. There's a lot of comments about some LeBron glazing on the broadcast tonight, which I thought was a little bit weird. Yeah, people talking about Bleacher Report. Yeah, for sure. Bo says, I have work in 6 hours, but I'm not even mad, bro. Franz, absolutely. I need to be awake in 4.5 hours, so I get it. But hey, the beauty of something like this is the adrenaline's going to wear off enough for me to go to sleep, and as soon as I open my eyes in the morning, I'll be like, oh yeah, last night Franz hit the game winner in Los Angeles. Let's go, and I'll be wide awake. It'll be great. Cody says, Franz hit the one that counted. Absolutely. You love to see that. Chris D says Paolo and Franz simultaneous him. Man, how fun is it right now to see Franz like step up into this moment and lead this team to now they've won 7 out of 8 and 3 of those were on the road out west. I mean, come on. You love that. C. Thomas, this is good. He said, watched Lakers broadcast. They are downright impressed with us. Good. Honestly, Lakers have a pretty good broadcast team. They really do. Very professional from the games I've watched over the years, which isn't, I wouldn't say a ton, but awesome to hear that they're showing some respect. Not everybody does that, which is great. Thanks, Praises says, start carving the Franz and Paolo statues in Orlando already, man. Come on. Love that. The Only Hero says, let's go. Franz showing everybody he is him. Play that song. Let's go. Man, I love that. Matt Harmon says, what did we just watch? We just watched one of the most thrilling Orlando Magic games in the last, since this rebuild, right? Like last year had some crazy games on the road, especially, right? You think about that Denver game on the road. I think about the Sacramento game on the road, even though that was a loss. That was a ludicrous basketball game. That was one of the wildest games I've ever seen in my life. Think about that game. Obviously, lots of home games were fun and thrilling, and obviously the playoffs. But as far as like regular season wins, like this is up as far as this era, this rebuild era. This has got at least top 10, and that was again. I'm just so impressed with how this team hung in there to give themselves just a chance. That's all basketball takes sometimes. Like hang in there, give yourselves a chance down the stretch, and you never know what can happen. Like we said, those missed free throws obviously played a huge role in the Magic being able to win this game. And then you give the ball to your best player who's on the court at the time, and Franz just makes a big play. Username Kobe Bryant says Lakers announcers were talking down on Franz the last few minutes of the game, saying he dribbles too much. They shut up after that shot. Go Magic. I can't wait to go back and watch that. I might do that after this. I'll go watch that game from the Lakers' perspective. Not the whole game. Too late for that, but at least the last few minutes. Man, chat is super hyped tonight, which you love to see. Adam Landis has given the choice. I'd rather lose to the Clippers and beat the Lakers any day. Facts, man. Facts. You love to see that. The part that's a little bit strange is it's like the way you played tonight, if you played that way against the Clippers last night, you win that game, And I know it's not an apples to apples comparison, right? The Clippers obviously play significantly better defense than the Lakers, right? The Lakers, statistically so far this season, not a good defensive team. But yeah, definitely impressive. Luke B says, is it too late to reflex our national TV game? I've never seen him do it. But I will never, ever understand what TNT / the NBA were doing there. Crazy. O-Town says, Luke is going to be pissed when he wakes up. Facts. Devane says, we had a Gary Harris signing. How good was Gary Harris tonight? Ends up 3 of 6 from 3. You can't ask for much more than that. You can't. Love that for Gary. Big time stepping up there in the absence of KCP. We got a couple super chats here. Charles A says, NBA Insta has 9 Lakers posts, but now is quiet. Isn't that funny how that works, Charles? Isn't that funny how that happens? Every single freaking time. It's so annoying. It's just like we talked about several weeks ago, where Paolo had the 50 bomb and NBA social media was quiet. And then Wemby has a 50 bomb and NBA social media just gushes all over it all night long. so. It's just they're just shameless. They just don't even care. It's crazy. James Brown with a very generous super chat says, Magic fan since 92 from 301, Maryland. Love that. That one felt so good, it scares me. Please, Jordan and Pippen, our 2 All-Stars, when Banchero comes back. Now all we need to do is crash the basket after shots. Let's go. Yeah. Rebounding, still, not nearly as bad as last night, obviously. But there were definitely moments tonight where some offensive rebounds really hurt you, especially by offensive rebounds, I mean Laker offensive rebounds. You do out-rebound the Lakers on the night, so you'll take that. But yeah, this team was so good rebounding the basketball, but the last 3 games have been brutal. But hey, let's go back home Saturday, get some home cooking, and get some more defensive rebounds at home. That would definitely be awesome. Thank you for that super chat. All right, let's see. Let's do a couple more of these messages from the chat here tonight before we look at some stats. We'll go over the box score and all that fun stuff. Lots of people saying play the song. Absolutely. Let's see here. El Magico says career high for Boogie. I think his career high is 38, or did he hit 41? It's not his career high. I know that. I know it's not his career high, but anyway, it's up there. It's up there. Luis Rosario says take a deep breath, Kevin. I probably should do that. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go. Yeah, it has been nonstop again since that shot went in. It's been crazy, which is fun. Matty World Peace says Franz Wagner All-Star. I mean, you can't. At this point, it's undeniable. It is inevitable, right? Like, they're gonna try their best, like national media and stuff. But hey, the coaches know what's going on. Obviously Franz Wagner's not gonna start, right? Starting as a popularity contest. But the coaches who help, with the rest of the team, the non-starters, they know what Franz Wagner's doing because they have to freaking game plan for him every night. You think JJ Redick isn't going to put Franz Wagner in as an all-star? You kidding me? Man, oh man. Wow, what a performance, man. Peter Hansen says, greetings from Kiel, Germany. Love that. Thanks for tuning in. It's a nice early morning for you guys over there in Europe. Nice little, depending on where you are, 6:30 a.m. or so. Morning for you, maybe a little bit later if you're a little further east, which this is a good time for that. Victor says 3 a.m. in Brazil, and I have a test tomorrow. LFG, let's go. Thanks for tuning in despite the crazy time. El Magico says, I got my custom Lucky El Magico socks that I've been wearing, and we haven't lost a home game since. From Rockham, of course. First off, love that. Second off, it's a great time to plug our dear friends over at Rockham, and I'm going to do that with some custom socks. Not only can you get some really fun Orlando Magic socks, but you can also get custom socks like El Magico's talking about. These ones we have, obviously got the Magic logo on the front, and they got the 6-man show on the back, and you can get custom socks just like this, whether it's for the Magic or for other teams as well. Just go to that website, rockham.com, and use that code in the bottom left corner of your screen. Magic20 gets you 20% off your order, and it helps out the 6-man show as well. Big shout out to Rockham, shout out to El Magico, also one of our patrons, which, hey, while I'm plugging things, you can become a patron of ours, support the channel. Go to patreon.com/the6man show. Dido says, Kevin, I'm so hyped from randomly waking up and watching the last 5 minutes of that. I'm late to the stream, just in time for the song, though. Hey, that's what's most important. You saw the good stuff, and you got to hear the song. Man, love that. Gosh, I'm so behind the chat because there's so many of you here. You guys are absolutely crazy tonight. Chris Dees, yes, I'm so glad you brought this up. Says, shout out to Jeff Turner for calling to go for the win. I loved it, too. You're on the road. Why the heck not? Why the heck not? And then Franz did it because he is so him. Let's go, man. How exciting was that? Man. Mark Edwards says, Paolo injury has made Franz an all-star. Talk about a silver lining. No doubt in his mind he was shooting and making that 3. We want to see Suggs play like an all-star too, but happy to see Jet out there. Yeah, I mean, credit Jalen Suggs, and we'll look at his stats here in a second. Credit to him. Great bounce-back game for him. He's been struggling shooting the basketball. And obviously Franz is him. Peter Carlson says, I immediately went to bed last night, but I'm way too fired up to go to bed now. Absolutely. Adrenaline is still pumping, which you love to see that. Love to see that. Blake says, worth it, Kev. 100%. Staying up, yeah. Sometimes you're like, man, staying up this late and all this kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. Hey, worth every penny. Every penny of blood, sweat, and tears and money or whatever it's going to cost you tomorrow, worth it. Worth it. All right, let's look at a couple. El Magico says worth every penny. Yeah. Franz, yeah, you guys thought we overpaid now? You guys think that? Single-handedly carrying this team while Paolo is out? Yeah. JD says, can't sleep now. Join the club of 280 plus of you that are still here right now. Join the club. All of us can't sleep right now. Oliver says, hey, how about the rookies, Jet and Tristan da Silva? Jet, limited little burn here tonight, gets 10 minutes, was solid. Obviously, once again, some defensive issues, but he knocks down his only shot of the night. But Tristan da Silva, for me, man, just continues to impress, continues to improve. I just feel like night in and night out, the game is really kind of this phrase that goes around the NBA all the time is starting to slow down for him, quote unquote. I know it's cliche, but it feels like it. It feels like it. And it's just awesome. All right, a couple more of these, and we got to go to the chat. We're almost at 30 minutes now. Again, it's 1:32 in the morning here on the East Coast. I want to stay on here for 3 hours and talk about this, but man. Yeah, let's see. Several of you have said you purchased Franz jerseys tonight after that, which is awesome. Love to see that. Oh, yeah, Derek, this is good. He says, prayers to KCP and his family. Yeah, if you didn't hear, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and his family welcomed their 5th child into their family. Or let me back up. I don't know if the kid was born yet or if it's about to be born. I have no idea. I just know that's why Kenny went back to Central Florida. So, yeah, obviously, prayers to him and his family. If the birth has already happened, congratulations. If not, hope everything goes well. Yeah, okay. Let's do like 2 more of these. Again, you guys have been absolutely crazy in the chat. Nick Monk says, to be fair, Kevin, Franz was holding the ball too much towards the end. I agree. Definitely some open shooters. I agree. He had Jalen wide open in one moment, and I was like, get the ball to Jalen. He could have passed 2, but at least he can improve off that along with the win. I 100% agree with everything you said. Absolutely. I thought the same things. And again, he gave up a wide open Jalen 3. I don't know if he just wanted to run the clock a little lower or didn't see him or whatever. But in that moment, I was like, pass it. And then when the window went away, I'm like, oh, great. And then he shot the ball, and I was like, oh, no. And then I was like, oh, yes. Let's go. Okay. Let's see. We're almost there to the bottom. Let's see. Okay, interesting. Oh, Chris says, hey, guys, I'm concerned that Franz can't shoot. Good times. I remember those days. Okay, guys, let's go to the box score here. We're going to fly through. We've talked a lot about some of this, and I cannot wait to talk more about it with Jonathan on Monday's episode of the Sixth Man Show. But we talked about Tristan da Silva, 12 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 4 boards and assists. Tristan was just very good tonight. Had a couple good plays defensively as well. Just super happy with him. Franz, obviously, 37 points for him, 6 boards. Don't forget the 11 assists and 4 steals as well. The dude was terrific. Again, down the stretch, wasn't perfect, but he was clutch when it mattered, and you love to see that. Goga, I mean, look at this. 15 boards for him after, Wednesday night, really struggling on the glass. The entire team, I mean, Goga made sure that didn't happen tonight. 7 points, 15 boards, and a block for Goga. Gary, you got to give credit to Gary. Starts tonight in the absence of KCP. Gets 11 points, 3 of 6 from 3. You'll take that every single freaking night. Shout out Gary. Jalen, huge tonight. 23 points for him, 5 of 13 from 3, 5 boards, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, because why the heck not? Big shout out to Jalen. We don't win this game without him. And we don't stay in this game without him. Again, I talked about it earlier. The fact that the Magic kept staying in this game despite the small runs there by the Lakers, Jalen was a big part of that. And then Mo was just phenomenal. 19 points for him, 7 of 13 from the field, 5 boards, 4 assists. I thought he was just terrific. Did pretty much whatever he wanted to at the rim, and yeah, credit to him. Magic shoot 47% from the field and 37.5% from 3. Again, numbers that you will take for this team. Absolutely. And then, like I said, you do out-rebound the Lakers 55-48, which obviously has been a struggle the last week or so, and so credit to the Magic for doing that. Looking at the Lakers, LeBron is just ludicrous. I know everyone's talking about the broadcast glazing him or whatever. Like, you also just got to give credit where it's due. Like 31 points, 10 boards, 7 assists on 12 of 22 shooting, and 5 of 9 from 3 at 39 years old is stupid, you guys. It's stupid. AD was great. Dalton Connect continues his hot streak, but then outside of that, the Magic just shut everybody else down. And shout out to D'Angelo Russell, by the way. The Magic probably lose this game if not for him. He was pitiful out there. Really bad. I know he ends up with 6 assists, but man, he took some ill-advised shots, some terrible shots. I would be furious if I was a Lakers fan because, man, he was not good. Okay, like I said, close game all night. Biggest lead of the night was 10, and that was only for a short bit, right? This game was super tight all night long, which is really fun. Magic was 54 points in the paint, 14 fast break points, 16 turnovers. That's too many, but unfortunately, that's kind of how this team handles things right now. Let's look around the league. Not a ton of games tonight. The Spurs beat the Jazz. No surprise there. The Jazz are really bad. Big surprise here. The Toronto Raptors beat the Minnesota Timberwolves. If you've been on social media, you've seen this crazy stat. The Timberwolves have now lost 20 straight games in Toronto. They have not won in Toronto in 20 years, which is that's crazy. As good as the Timberwolves are and as bad as the Raptors are, you thought this was the year that streak's going to end. Not so. The Hornets beat the Pistons in overtime. These two teams continue to have a little mid-off between each other. Like, you can't figure out if either team's any good. And then, obviously, your Orlando Magic win 119-118 in Los Angeles at Crypto.com Arena. Let's see what it does for the standings before we call this a night. Magic, once again, level with the New York Knicks. 6 games back of the Cleveland Cavaliers and 3 games back of the Boston Celtics. 3-7 on the road now for the Magic, so that's something. And again, they have now won 7 of 8. And yeah, they have a 2-game lead on the Miami Heat, which is awesome. 3-game lead on the 7-seed Pistons. And then looking at some of these teams down here, it's a 3-game lead over the Bucks. And then a beautiful 6.5-game lead on the Philadelphia 76ers, who continue to spiral out of control, and they are a dumpster fire, which you love to see. All right, a couple more moments from the chat here before we call it a night. Chris says, peace out, y'all. I'm exhausted. Go Magic. Let's go. Omar says, LeBron, the greatest ever. Hard to argue. Hard to argue against that. Thanks Praises says, youngest to drop 35 and 10 since LeBron joins only T-Mac and Penny in Magic franchise history for that 35 and 10 as well. Absolute superstar in the making. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thanks Praises also says, I'm wearing my Franz jersey all day long. Love that. And then Nick Monks says, Kevin, I don't know if you've noticed this, but it seems like Franz shoots better off the dribble instead of catch and shoot. Must be a momentum thing. Yeah, a guy who's definitely struggled with his shot over the last year and a half, who seems to have found it now. Hey, I don't care how he's shooting it. If he's figured it out and it goes in. We'll close out the night with this super chat here from GXZ. Says, the legend of Franz. And yes, indeed, the legend of Franz continues. Wow. What a night. I seriously cannot believe that just happened. If this was a 7 o'clock tip, I'd be on here for another 2 hours, but it's 1:40 in the morning. Thanks for hanging out with us. An epic night that we won't soon forget, and you got to hang out with us afterwards. Like, what a time to celebrate. It's amazing. We'll be back on Saturday. Magic against the Pistons, City Edition night. Until then, let's go, Magic!